Welcome to the EPROM 9. Hello and welcome to the EPROM 9. Today we have my multimeter tutorial. Because one thing I find with multimeters is the instructions, well, they should be called spec sheets, and in fact quite often are. So here's my tutorial on how to use a multimeter. So we have my power supply set up, currently running this. The current according to this thing is utterly zero, but then this isn't a very good current meter, so that says it's currently taking 30 milliamps. But this isn't entirely accurate. I did home build this myself. And here we have an old project. If we press and hold the A lock, the VFD graphic EQ, currently running on the 12 volt part of the circuit. Nice and bright actually without the crappy batteries. So we're going to start with our meter with first an overview. Well, no, we're not going to go into battery replacement, this is about how to use it. So first off, we have our probes, which plug into these three. This is probably the best meter you can get for 20 quid. It's a Precision Gold PG10B. I haven't found anything better for the price. And actually, quite good construction inside. It's not fluke, but at least it has things considered. So you've got your range switch. This one has battery, which is just another voltage measurement, AC, DC volts, NPN, PNP, HFE value. I know nothing about that. The dog wants to get in. Do you want to come in, Todd? Do you want to come in? Here he comes. Come on in. Come join us and come be my co-host. So now we have a co-host in here. I'd rather you didn't keep getting in the way, so we'll do the focus again. You have your 10 amps, your COM, which is your negative, and your positive, and then there's your 10 amps, and there's the transistor thing, which is completely pointless. You want to go back out? Okay. Co-host leaving. Hi, Rich.
What are you up to?
Filming.
What are you filming?
YouTube. Tutorial on how to use multimeters. Got anything to say?
No. Not about multimeters.
You know nothing.
No.
You are heretic. Burn the heretic. Some of you should recognise that reference if you're into Warhammer. So, let's start with voltage. So I shall put the camera down, facing the setup. So first off, helps if you keep the colour coding of the meter. Pop them in there. Knock it to a reasonable value, 20, so within the value of things, to DC voltage is there. And it's really this easy. You measure voltage in parallel like this. And the meter says 13 volts, 0.96. There has been voltage drop. And now I shall show you that on the meter. So that's how to measure voltage. Just it's not too critical if it's over. If your meter explodes dangerously, you've got a shit meter. Next thing is, let's do resistance. Continuity, easy.
Alright, bro.
No, Rich. That's Diode Check. And when you get a beep, it's continuity. If you don't get the beep, like measuring the carpet, nothing. Or the insulated paint they put on the thing, Diode check, well, you link it up like the resistor and it will come up with a voltage drop on it, and if it doesn't come up it will come out with that, the 1 in this case. Same as resistance measurement. The bit with the stripe on the diode is diodes are just black or glass. Hang on, I've got diode. There's a diode. Let's demonstrate. So you put it down to the diode setting, which is that symbol, which the arrow is pointing out on the selection switch. The negative is the one which is marked with the band. Put it across like that. 10 measure resistance. It will come up with a voltage drop on the meter. And if you turn it round the other way, should come up with nothing, and it does, so the diode's good. And I've lost my resistor. Good job I've done resistance. Have I done resistance? Resistance measurement's the same. Then it'll come up with whatever the resistance is of this. Of course, now it's higher than 200 ohms. Let's just start high and go low. Resistors, there we go. 1.5k. Don't know the colour bands off by heart. Sorry, not perfect. HFE, we're not going to worry about current. Always I recommend set it to 10 amp. Remove the positive and put it in 10 amp. This is just as a safety margin, so not to blow your fuses. Then you grab this, that's negative, and connect it like that, lights up, and well, 0.3, so that will be, could this bloody thing be actually accurate? Yes, that's bleeping that it's, this actually tells you when it's in there, doesn't tell you any other way, probably a safety thing actually. It's actually 30 milliamps. My meter is still in cal somehow, or it's in cal to points. 29.5 milliamps. That's some bloody good calibration, considering I made that myself. And always put the current in series. Only 30 milliamps, not that much current draw. The last thing, although this function is completely pointless if you ask me, is the HFE value. So for this you can remove the pros. The batteries will be the same as doing the voltage, so we won't worry about that. If you grab a transistor, in this case this is a PNP. You grab long pins like this one, for example, this power transistor. And if the pins fit, which they do, this is PNP, I think. That's the base. I think that's the wrong way round. Yeah, probably able to put it in right. So that way is wrong. That's wrong. I just dropped it. That's wrong. That's wrong. But basically what you do is you figure out which one's your base emitter collector and put it up with that, and whether it's an NPN, PNP, which I can do a tutorial on how to identify them if you want, and in fact I am going to at some point. And that is the basics of using a multimeter. It is dead simple. An AC voltage, well, same as voltage measurement, but I'm not going to demo it by sticking it in a plug socket. Anyway, British plug sockets have mechanisms to stop you sticking things into them. They have safety things. Because English plugs and plug sockets are the safest in the world. And I will also do a video on that to justify that statement and prove to you why English plugs are not only the best but also the safest. There will be a video to explain that. And now I'm repeating myself like a tape. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video useful and interesting if you're not sure how to use a multimeter. If you want more details, feel free to ask, and I'll probably do a follow-up video explaining the specifics of what these mean. Hope you enjoyed.